events. It's really not hard just to treat people the way I want to be treated.
No man ever steps in the same river twice, for it is not the same river, and he is not the same man.
Anyway, okay, I'm done with that.
Start talking about the chosen, or the targeted.
See, that's the thing. We are all becoming
an unstoppable force or immovable object.
What was I saying? What kept coming back to me was, if you don't have anything good to say, then don't say anything at all. You get what I'm saying? I get a little bit of sun on me and I start acting up. The water is intelligent and we drink it. Yeah, the animals and the plants, they communicate about us. People can produce photo or present so-called photo evidence of pictures that are actually altered and fabricated. And all you have to do is ask to actually see the original image. And you can see if someone has used AI technology or another program designed to kind of crawl over the actual image and manipulate it. There are some stamps and some footprints that you can look for. You'd have to look that up. I'm new to this concept, but it is a thing. And I know that it's been used to frame people, but if you know what you're looking for, someone who really wants to investigate and get to the bottom of something, you can take an image and you'll know exactly how it was manipulated. Sometimes the systems are sophisticated enough to even tell you what app or what software or what program altered this image or altered this video. Yeah.
Regardless if you've experienced it, witnessed it, or caused it. It's crazy, right? It is.
And how exactly? That was in 2000, and I'm not even going to give the actual year. That way no one can say that they're being singled out, because there's multiple of them. There are many of them. I've observed it. I don't know. It's a type of discrimination that the inner cliques, these little cults and brotherhoods and sisterhoods inside of these companies decide who they do and don't want to keep. And the means by which they get the people out that they don't want to be in there so that they can replace them, the nepotism, that bullshit. It starts with IT issues. And in that frustration, in that fog, the people, they do naturally become more irritated. They get caught up in little he said, she said, back and forth. And I'm like, did you forget that you come to work? Now, it might not be your fault that you were having this computer issue, but all this rigmarole and hoopla with people, I mean, you become a disgruntled employee all because you're afraid, because you know that it's appearing that you're not doing your job, but you really are doing your job to the best of your ability. There's a blockage in front of you. And that blockage will turn out to be, the company may make it seem like it's like a rogue IT tech, a rogue technician, instead of owning that was a part of an agenda. That people play games with other people's lives. People be like, who's you even talking about? Watch how I do.
Oh, trust me, their soulless selves knows. They know. The soulless ones.
Keep on living. Just keep living. Keep living. And see for yourself. A part of me hopes that you never see, that you're never introduced to that side. It's a gift that is the blessed curse, the cursed blessing, or some people call it. It's a blessing to me. Who do you think you are? Are you who you think you are? Yeah. Looking back in a previous relationship, I realized when I was thinking back, like how I showed up, I realized that I couldn't trust myself. I couldn't trust myself. I catch myself doing that like right now. Like, I know that you showed me something that made me trust you, that made me to believe that you were a pretty decent person. I won't even say trust you, just that because no, that is trust. It's a level of trust. When you can let yourself be funny, or laugh at someone else's. I feel like I couldn't trust myself. Because I be really liking people. I was and still do. I like people that just do not like me. They are, like, they will have something completely different in their minds about our interaction. And I'm just like, how could I have thought that you were cool? How could I have thought that I could be myself? Which I'm always myself. But it's like, I felt even more comfortable. Like, I'm always just being. But now, because of whatever you would have shown me, I can show you the stuff that nobody gets to see in me. Like, I'm assuming that you're showing me those vulnerabilities about yourself. Only to learn that was like a weird, like a trap. Like a trap. You just wanted to get information so you could then pounce out. Like, please don't judge my nails. Yeah. I guess they're not that bad. Anyway, when I started to feel like I couldn't trust myself, the thing that I allowed to evolve me, because it took more courage to do this, was to actually rely on spirit, to rely on the God. Like, I'm gonna continue doing what I know is the right thing to do, and I'm gonna trust that if I am wrong, if I happen to be wrong about this person or this situation, that you still got me, or you will have fortified me so that I can catch myself and protect myself. If I get in too deep, Because what's the point in falling in love if you never actually let yourself fall? If you never actually surrendered and gave into it? If you never willfully put down your ego and you didn't have to maintain any position? The most important position in this thing for you was just to be in the in position, no matter who was dominant or who was submissive or, whatever, who was higher grossing or whatever. Like I said, I think about love all the time and I talk about it. I know what a partnership is, and I know what it means, how naked we can feel when we know we've given someone a degree of trust that it's just like, I hope to God that you know what to do with this. You know what I mean? Like, I hope to God that you know this right here. You might take me out for a while. It's such a beautiful thing when I see people have made that decision to trust each other with that, even in just a platonic friendship. When new friendships form, new seeds, fresh seeds in the ground. It's y'all's time. It's y'all's time to make it do what it do in a friendship, in a relationship, in a mentorship, in an apprenticeship. Like, I love to love and I love to be loved. And be feeling like something's there and there's nothing there. Oh, that's because there's a little bug in the car. Because bugs come wherever the lights are, okay? It means I should go in the house too. Okay, you guys, I'm on this last little bit with my hair. I know that I'm getting ready to, anyway, I'm done. Okay, and have you ever sat in the conversation at the table when you're at the part where you are talking about, where you're talking about aspects of this forming relationship, right? There quite often I would catch myself, I won't say I was completely naked, like not that vulnerable, but I was genuinely present. I didn't have all of my armor on. Because like, I need to know that I can actually sit across this table from someone who wasn't afraid, or who, even if he was afraid, that he trusted himself and he trusted me to come as himself. Whatever that is, whatever all it is or was, is, whatever you're working through, whatever you find yourself in a repeat cycle of, whatever it is that you would give, that we would share that, right? I would be sitting there in loungewear, spiritually and emotionally and mentally, and I'm looking across the table at a warrior. He's an entire samurai in this bitch, and I'm just like, why you got all that armor on? Even if I wanted to hurt you, what can I do to your kneecaps? Why are you so armored? Like, what can I do to your shins in this position, in this situation? Like, why all the armor? Why all these boundaries? What have I done to make you feel, or where have you been that you feel that you need to be so heavily guarded? The fear of being consumed, of getting got. I was talking to a young lady before about this anti-simp movement. And I have to say, like, I respect the men that have just like, fuck that. I have it in my heart to get this woman flowers and to spoil her and shower her with shit. And she show up to dinner with her friend, a couple of her homies and they kids and people that I don't even know just wanted me to just, like, I get it. For as many ways as men take women for granted and the types of unforgivable mistakes that are made sometimes from on the male's perspective, on the male's part, like the women in our power and how we've wielded it. Some of us in the super goddess species. I completely understand why we are viewed as supernatural with the power of seduction and persuasion and passion and beauty and lust, and there's so much wound into what we are, and I can understand how easily as a supply and demand for as much as the men, like, this is coming from me, I'm twice divorced, okay? It doesn't mean that I don't know. It's actually quite the opposite. I haven't had a lot of relationships. I've had 6 relationships in my whole life. I mean, where I can actually say this is my boyfriend and I'm his girlfriend. I tried 6 times. And so I don't know it all, but between my own, almost 50 years of experience with those few boyfriends and my witnessing, these eyes have seen much in the world around this place. I have a little bit of experience, just a little bit. So that's why it's hard for me to stand down when I know somebody is coming sideways at me. When I know that you're not being truthful. When I'm just like, okay, 1 and 1 still equals 2, right? And what are you talking about right now? How come what you're saying is not making sense to me? It's not because you're full of shit. Okay, and how harmful that is, how damaging it can be when it's improperly used, for the sake of manipulating a man. And he's like, man, I thought she was a real one. And then, like, man, look what she did to me. Like, I'm pro-truth. I'm a sister. I'm a woman first. A woman, a mother, a daughter, a sister. I am a friend to some people. I'm an ear and a shoulder. I know the cry of my sister and our ache and our pain and the sense of loss and abandonment that we can feel in the female species, okay? In the goddess species. But I have a very soft spot for and heavily empathize with the many of men who just, they left the situation with their hearts in their hands. And they didn't do anything to deserve the mistreatment of a woman, the manipulation and the usage, the bad usage and the poor mismanagement of their time together, of the resource of his time and his love and his money. his idea that he wanted to provide something for her. Like I don't know what's worse is feeling that or feeling the betrayal and infidelity and that type of betrayal. But I'm saying I sympathize and empathize as much as I despise the anti-simp movement. But I understand why it exists. I just want to encourage people. You have to know the real from the fake, or otherwise you become a part of the cycle that has turned a good person, a good girl into a dog, a good boy into a dog. He's not even showing up in his authentic self because he's so heavily armored. She's so heavily guarded. She's so heavily armored. And the people who decide to throw in the towel and wave their white flag, I will approach slowly. You are safe with me, okay? And those are the people that make it, the people that honor that. I'm not going to make a fool out of us. That's what we're supposed to be saying to each other and communicating to each other. And you find yourself communicating that to somebody who's doing stupid shit, staying out late, different passcodes. You find yourself tolerating the unthinkable bullshit. Like, I'm like that. Like, if I can catch what you are, who you are, and what you're really capable of before I fall in love, obviously I'm not going to end up falling in love with you because I'm going to pull back, right? I'm going to pull my energy back. And so for the ones that have made it past my few little tests that I have and my observations, you to make it past that, you have put on a stellar fucking performance. You have put on, you have earned yourself an Academy Award. What is it, the Tonys for the soap operas? What is it? I'll have to look it up. But anyway, I'm just saying, like, you are a deceiver amongst the deceivers, okay? If the liars and deceivers were thieves, you would be the king of thieves, okay? Okay? Your playage, your role play, yes, it's marketable for some people. And so I'm just saying, you can find yourself in a situation where you thought that it was something and it turned out to not just be nothing, like a literal farce. And so, okay, this is a rabbit hole I didn't want to start going down because it's not just about that. What I'm talking about is discerning when you're in a situation with somebody that is not there to play. Like, I wish that it were more like that, like, you know that you don't want anything substantial, and so you get with someone who also doesn't want anything substantial, and you both can play at each other's time because that's both of y'all's playground, and that's what y'all do. But I find most often the most heartbreaking situations are the ones where he or she thought that they were maybe in a situation where they could build something, and they maybe didn't mind letting themselves fall in love, or they found themselves in love. I don't think anyone just ends up there intentionally. I think it's a chemical reaction. First off, you guys should look that up. It's a chemical reaction that occurs between a man and a woman. I don't know. I haven't studied to know how that affects the LGBTQ. I know that scientifically, what science says about how a man's body responds chemically to a woman when they come in contact with people that may fit. I don't know what some chromosome in the. I don't know. I don't know the language. I know a little bit about a lot, but I don't know it fully to be teaching it. I'm just gonna look it up, and by no means don't take what I'm saying and make it your think for yourself and research for yourself. I'm telling you. Anyway, I find that the ones that play, they're there to play. It's almost like they intentionally seek out and maybe even attract people that are looking for a stable connection, stability and longevity and a connection. So I try to come out to the car and be quiet with what I'm doing. And now there's an audience that I have that's going to tell me to come out of the car at 1 o'clock in the morning. So I guess that I will come out of the car at 1 o'clock in the morning. But before they come knocking on the window. Long as I live, never love, first love, and my only